Talking about lost passports, well, 35 years ago, we needed passports for an amazing show, World Expo 88. This Sunday, it celebrates 35
Mum and
years.
Dad still have my Expo passport hidden away there in a cupboard somewhere.
I've still got my pass as well. But yeah, boy, it was a big party. Over 50,000 performers during that 6-month period and was opened by the Queen.
I now declare World Expo 88 well and truly open.
It was the largest entertainment program ever seen in Australia, one of the largest undertaken anywhere in the world, and the man responsible for pulling it all together was Director of Entertainment Ric Birch, and he's in the studio. Hello, Ric.
Hello, Loretta. How you doing?
Well, how do you feel when you walk along South Bank now?
Well, I'm actually a bit gobsmacked. It's at least as good as it was under Expo and possibly even better. It's an amazing place to be.
Yeah, just maybe not quite the pavilions around it there, because near where we are, this was pretty much the site of the German pavilion, wasn't it, Ric?
With the chicken dance.
Yes.
Do you remember doing that?
Oh, yes, everybody did. But you are in Brisbane for the anniversary. How will you be marking it?
Well, this is an internal celebration for the entertainment department. As you mentioned, we had about... Actually, I think 30,000 entertainers, maybe not 50, although it seemed more on the day. And so we decided that with 35 years to celebrate, we'd get together the members of the entertainment department who survived. And I think we had 750 employees at the peak of entertainment, and we've got 54 survivors who are coming to celebrate on Sunday.
Well, that's fantastic. You can still get together now and reminisce about those times. What was the logistics like? You know, give us a sense of the scale of that operation. 30,000 performers or so, Ric. What was going on behind the scenes to make that a reality?
Well, it started in 1985 when I first came to Brisbane, looked out the window of what was then the Expo headquarters, and a journalist there said, "So what are you going to do, Ric? What's going to happen?" And I wasn't quite sure because I'd been on board for about 10 minutes at that stage. But I was looking out the window at the Brisbane River and I said, there are going to be pink submarines. For some reason, I got no idea why. But anyway, we had to have a pink submarine then at the opening ceremony.
After you say it, you have to make it come true, don't you?
Absolutely. And in fact, we did have a pink submarine, which was meant to be just for opening night. And unfortunately, the Navy said, we'll help you clean it, because after a week of non-stop operation, it needed work. And the Navy cranes picked it up fore and aft, and the thing broke in the middle.
No way.
But that was just a little bit of the logistics. But we had producers who were responsible for each of the venues. We had a lot of staff, and we spent 3 years getting ready.
Wow. 3 years, that's the thing. I was going to say, how long does it take when you first get told, okay, the Expo 88 is happening, and you count down to it, like we are counting down for the Olympics? How long do you need in the build-up?
Well, it turned out 3 years was just about right. The only problem was that it rained right through the month of April. And it meant that any painting or any rehearsals all had to be done undercover. So that was a bit of a problem, but we overcame that and opened on April 30th, 1988.
Now, your resume is an incredible encyclopedia of events, not just here, but elsewhere around the world, from the Sydney Olympics, Barcelona Olympics, and many more.
LA, 82 Commonwealth Games. And I have to ask you about that, actually, because Matilda, that was the first time something like that had winked at royalty.
Yes, and never again.
Really? So what was the idea behind Matilda?
Well, the idea behind Matilda was she was the game's mascot. We built her in 3D based on an old forklift truck, and she drove around the track at the QE2 Stadium, as it was, and leaked oil on the track and winked at royalty. So that was her job. Was
it your idea to say, I'm gonna cause a stir, I'm gonna make this thing wink at the Queen or whoever was?
No, I mean we made it so the eye could wink, but we had an operator in Matilda, and he couldn't see very much of what was going on because he didn't have a TV in the Matilda or anything. So it was just perfect timing that he winked. The director took a shot of winking and then the reverse angle on Prince Philip at the time. And from then on, Matilda's wink at Prince Philip was the biggest kangaroo flirt we've ever seen.
Oh, it
wasn't it ever? The creative genius of Ric Birch in studio this morning here on ABC Radio Brisbane. We've been looking back. Ric, can we look forward to, say, Brisbane 2032? Any chance you're meeting with the organising committee of the Games while you're in town?
Well, in fact, yes, because this is just a good opportunity to say good day. It's much too early to come up with pink submarine ideas, although maybe we could resuscitate it. Normally for the Olympics, and I've done 7 now, we need at least 2 years preparation. At the moment, it's 9 years, so I think that's a little long to start planning ceremonies. It's not necessarily too long to plan buildings and infrastructure, but it's a very long time to plan the ceremony.
Well, if you put your hand up, what have you got any thoughts at all how Brisbane should look or what you would do? You must still have some creative stuff in there. You think, Brisbane, okay, I could do this.
Yeah, I'll have to look through the old bottom drawers and see what's left over. No, each Olympics is designed obviously for its time. And in fact, any of the ceremonies I've worked on in the past would no longer be appropriate in those cities just because every city is dynamic and changes over the years. So, no, I think it's actually too early. Look at the changes outside on the expo side. I mean, in 35 years, it's now totally unrecognisable, and I've got no way of recognising the expo site anymore. It's changed so much.
Yeah,
well, in saying all of that, Rick, can I just get your tip for mascot potentially for Brisbane 2032? What do you reckon?
God, what have we had? We had a platypus for Expo.
Expo was.
Yeah,
Was that your idea?
No, that came from marketing. And of course, we had Matilda for the games.
Yeah.
So what's left? Cockatoos.
Okay.
Cockatoo. I don't mind that one.
Actually, I wanted cockatoos in the Sydney Olympics. I had a plan. You know how the doves are released?
Yeah.
I thought, wouldn't it be great if we had 1,000 white cockatoos and released them? And the curator of birds at Taronga Zoo was horrified. So he trampled all over that idea. But maybe we could resuscitate it here with ibises. I've seen quite a few of them around.
Don't bring up the ibis.
No. Ric Birch, it's so good to catch up, to reflect on 35 years since the opening of World Expo 88. Thanks for dropping by the studios this morning.
Thanks, Greg. Thanks, Loretta.
Ric Birch, the Director of Entertainment for World Expo 88. He's been involved in many Olympics over the years and potentially Brisbane in 2032.
We'll wait and see. Samantha actually has texted in to say, I loved Expo 88. It put Brisbane on the map and changed our city forever. And I worked there for the 6th month. It's great memories.
19 to 8.